All right, the news has finally been revealed. Nacelle at Toy Fair 2026 have announced what's in the box. And now we know it's going to be Lucille Ball and Gene Roddenberry in a two-pack coming in Wave 3, and we're going to talk about that and everything else that we saw from New York Toy Fair 2026.
Incoming transmission.
All right, the big news is out and about. Lucy and Gene Roddenberry will be the big exclusive mysterious two-pack that's coming in Wave 3 from Nacelle and their action figure line. And they look amazing. First of all, let's check out the reveal video from Nacelle and Brian Volkweiss right here. Let's check it out now.
A little different. I gotta give you a little setup before I open the box. We got less than a minute to go. So here's the deal. Star Trek Wave 3, we have announced 9 of the characters, but we have 2 question marks for the surprise 2-pack. So in 23, 21, 20 seconds, we're gonna tell you what's in the box and what the question marks are for the 2-pack. But before I do that, I just want to mention that all the conventions we've been to, all the comments, all the emails, all the DMs, only one person got it right. I don't want to give away her name. She might get a lot of love mail or hate mail, but the clue I'll give you, she's got 1701 written across her knuckles. So I don't know about her knuckles. I don't know if you can put tattoos on knuckles, but whatever this part is called, that's where she has 1701. But anyway, if you're out there and you're seeing this, you are the only one who got this right. So without further ado, this year's What's in the Box.
We've revealed the lineups for Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3, and Wave 4 of our Star Trek action figures. But the Wave 3 2-pack has remained a mystery. Until now, we can finally reveal that the Wave 3 2-pack is... Gene Roddenberry and Lucille Ball. We're honored to bring you this
Honestly, I think they look amazing. We didn't get to see a lot, but did you notice that chair? Did you notice that golden chair? I'm hoping that's something that comes with it. I'm hoping that's an accessory sneak peek, and I'm thinking it is, because why would you put a gold captain's chair if there wasn't? So many amazing things about it. Gene looks really good. I like the coif on the hair. Gene, think about it. We're going to get a Gene Roddenberry action figure. To me, okay, I look at it this way. I think the one person I'm thinking about the most here is Rod Roddenberry. I know what it's like to have lost my father, so I'm thinking about what would it be like to have an action figure of my father. Now, my dad didn't exactly do anything that warranted having an action figure made of himself, but just imagine giving your father of it as an action figure to your children or your grandchildren or something. It's an immortality that we could all want. Lucille Ball is going to be an action figure. I mean, how many times have we seen the picture of Lucy as the captain, sitting in the captain's chair, or Admiral Ball or anything like that? And even recently here on the podcast, it had been discussed like, you know, the canonization of her character in Star Trek. Could we see, like a ship named after her in Star Trek? Now we're getting a figure. And to me, I'm sorry, but an action figure, I'm calling that canon. I'm calling it canon. What's she going to look like? Will she be in her Starfleet uniform? Is she? I'm assuming. We're going to take closer looks at the pictures here. That aside, Wave 3 looks amazing. As we know, Wave 3 from Nacelle is going to be the original Bridge series. And it's the biggest news that came out had to be earlier this week, finding out that not only is Wave 3 going to be coming out, but Wave 3, each piece is going to contain a piece of the bridge. And shout out to Trek Core and to Adventures in Collectors or Adventures in Collecting podcast. Both amazing, amazing coverage, amazing videos, amazing pictures of the prototype that was on display at Toy Fair this entire weekend. It looks amazing. The size differential between the figure and the set look amazing. Um, I honestly, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I know I'm going to get it, but I don't know where I'm going to put it. I find myself looking around thinking, okay, I'm going to have to make some space because this thing is massive. But I do have some thoughts on this. There's no rule that says we have to put it together to form the bridge, although I can imagine many of us doing that. Be a great coffee table piece. But imagine you could have each individual section set up with the figure next to its station on a shelf. As you look behind me, you can see I have plenty of action figures, different toys and such set up, even some nacelle figures back here. Because, yeah, but just imagine the interactions we can have. If you have, I think back to like Diamond Select or even, Art Asylum figures that are going to be within this size parameter that would work really well with this set. How taking toy photography would work out, how many different options this is going to give us. And that's not to say like things that we, have had in the past were bad, but this looks amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. Um, and you think about Wave 3 as well. There's so many other great characters going to be coming out in figure form. I'm really looking forward to it. We've seen the Spock. We have yet to see the Kirk. We have yet to see the McCoy. I have to say that those are my main three. I'm going to buy all three, obviously. I'm going to buy all of them. I'm going to buy them all. There's no like, I I find it fascinating when people say, well, I love Star Trek action figures, but I can't get them all. That's great. I get that. I kind of get it. I understand. Not everybody can have the space or the time or whatever else. And seriously, sometimes when I think back, like how many datas do I need? How many Worfs do I need? How many Picards do I need? I think I need them all. But I'm really looking forward to them. There was better looks at Toy Fair of Wave 2. Wave 2 had some really good looks at the Nog, at the Bem, at the Janeway. And then not only that, but we were able to see some of the better resolution pictures of the how the factory I don't want to say repairs, um, augmentations. There was a lot of issues within the factory, as we all know. Nacelle and Brian Volkweiss have been very upfront about that, and seeing how the improvements have been made was wonderful. We got to see that, and they sent out pictures showing the updated, you know, molds, I guess, for lack of better terms. They look really good. I'm loving everything that I'm seeing. I like that we got to see the accessories that are going to come with them. Some of the accessories were a little bit surprising, but it's good to see them. I really like them, and I like how well they look. I think seeing the Valeris, the accessories that she's coming with, specifically the pot. Um, I think I like how well that's done. I don't know how many action figures I have in my life that have a deep cooking pot, other than maybe Swedish Chef. Getting a good look at season or wave one figures were great. Sulu, shout out to little Izzy. Isaac has been a guest. He was my first guest on the podcast. He has been posting pictures regularly of the Sulu figure. The Sulu looks amazing. I cannot wait to actually have Sulu in hand. Shout out to Isaac for always sharing all those great photos and keeping that one alive. Hopefully everybody gets that. Getting a good look at, Jellicoe and how Livingston looks. The accessory of Livingston with Jellicoe is amazing. But on a side note, the talking about Nacelle, I, uh, I thought it was really neat that we got to see. Shout out once again to Adventures in Collecting for the pictures that they have shared online, and as well to TrekCore. Both did great coverage. Trek Central had some amazing videos as well. I want to give them all the credit in the world, but we got to see the Kirk as a Romulan that is going to be the exclusive on the cruise this coming weekend. As we know, the cruise is coming up in just a couple of days. Unless you're watching this in the future, it just already happened, and you have to travel back in time to get there. I will not be on the cruise. Unfortunately, it is way out of my price range. I'm just a poor schlub that can't go on a boat, but that's okay. The figure looks amazing. I'll be honest with you, it did not ever occur to me that it was going to be Kirk as a Romulan. I That was something that kind of took me by surprise. I knew it was going to be the Romulan. I knew it was going to be the blue sashed Romulan, but I kept thinking, okay, it's going to be the blue sashed Romulan from, the episode that he's one of the underlings or something like that, but I didn't think. It looks really good. I think it looks really good. It has been said from Brian Volkweiss in comments on previous posts that that figure would be available later at a later date to the rest of the public, but it would come in different packaging without the cruise packaging on the outside. And honestly, for someone like me, I'm going to open it. Like, you look back here at my Cowboys and Moo Mesa figures, they're all opened. Beautiful packaging. I love the packaging on them, but I ripped it open. Figures got to breathe, and it makes it a lot easier to take pictures of them and have them interacting with Thanos or whatever the case may be if they are actually open. So when it comes to the Star Trek figures, I will be opening them up as well. So packaging doesn't bother me. If it says cruise on it, I'm going to rip it open. If it says non-cruise, I'm going to rip it open. It's just who I am. Now, outside of Nacelle, let's talk about a couple other Star Trek things we did see. There was a post, I do believe it was Trek Core that had posted on Facebook that they had come across some figurals, keychains, I guess, or clips, I guess. I don't really know how you want to describe them, of different Star Trek characters, of them being Janeway, the Borg, Michael Burnham. There was Uhura, Kirk, Spock, and then a couple of mystery ones, which are definitely a Tribble and a Gorn, just based on the silhouette. Nothing was really shown of them physically other than the packaging, but it is interesting. And if you kind of look over my head here, you'll see a couple of, keychains floating back here. I do like the clip keychains as well. So that's something that I'll be on the lookout for. But the other big thing was Neca. Neca had announced new Ben Cooper figures, and these are the ones of the kids that look like they're dressed up in their Halloween costumes, and they're carrying their pillowcases for their candy. And they are doing Star Trek ones, one of the Klingon, one of Spock, and one of Kirk. Which honestly, if you already have one of these of Jason, or Michael Myers, then you have a Kirk already. But nonetheless, they look amazing. They did go on sale on February 15th on the NECA website. You can buy them as part of a grouping of figures in that set. $119. Again, a little pricey. I'm hoping that they show up in retailer stores individually, which does seem to happen. And between you and I have seen them on discounts later. I don't know if that's going to happen with Star Trek in this wave, but I have seen Ben Cooper figures eventually on clearance at local Walmarts. So fingers crossed. You never know. Anyways, lots of great things from Toy Fair this year. Shout out to Nacelle for sharing all the information online with all of us. Shout out to Neca for all of their coverage. Shout out to Adventures in Collecting Podcast, the Trek Core Podcast, everybody, just Trek Core in general, Trek Central, all amazing footage. You guys are doing wonderful, wonderful things. You're doing the great bird of the galaxy's work. And speaking of the great bird of the galaxy, let's take another look at that Gene Roddenberry and Lucille Ball 2-pack that was announced by Brian Volk-Weiss at Toy Fair. It's going to be amazing. Are you going to look forward to it as much as I am? Are you going to be getting it day one? I want to hear. Let's talk about it in the comments below. All right, that's it for now. This was a short Live Long Prosper, and we'll see you soon.